Howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Ooh. Second day in a row of streaming. This is crazy. This is wild. Oh no, I will say today will be a shorter stream. I cannot guarantee another fucking 6 hours. We are finishing though today, and I'm assuming just based on how long it took other people to finish the quest, I probably will have a little bit of time to like chill and discuss, talk about the things that we saw. But for the most part, it's gonna be a get in, finish, and go. So, how am I? It's been busy. I think the the streams, I've been able to fit them in. It's not like bad, but I'm not like neglecting my my responsibilities or anything. But it is it's been busier with the streams. So, but yeah, I've been good. Yeah, I do. I have Labor Day weekend coming up. So yeah, I do have a Labor Day weekend. That's fun. I've got plans for that because I'm going back home from school for just a couple days. I'm going to a concert with my mother, so that'll be fun. But yeah, it is my. I'm gonna have a hectic weekend, but it's still I think gonna be a pretty. I think it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good break, even though it's still gonna be hectic as fuck. and then I don't know if you have the same problem, but I've got the sprint, or not even the sprint, the long distance. Like, what's the word am I looking for? The endurance run between Labor Day and Thanksgiving. Oh my god, that gap sucks. Ugh. I don't get a single break until fucking November. That's gonna suck. But yeah. It's the worst fucking thing. It sucks. Like, give me one more small break in between there, and I'd be happy. One more 3-day weekend somewhere in there, and I'm happy. But nope. We are.
This world I roam.
It is just one long. Classes started yesterday. Oh, I've been in class for a couple, like, 2 weeks now. I'm wrapping up my second week, so yeah. I am not quite used to it. Okay, I have so many quests that like they want to do. Okay, so the Yumkasor boss is called Konga Mato. Really? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. It's Kukusor, this guy? The Mountain King. Survived since ancient times and seen countless battles. Yeah. Huh. That's cool. Okay, so I also think... What is this? Hello, Karu, welcome. Excuse me? Oh, we need to I need to finish up, because if I don't finish it up now, I'm not finishing it up for like another week. So I've got to do it. The saw capybara melt Zhongli's shield. That's hilarious. I'm curious. Okay, so yeah, the plan for today. Finish up this. Finish up the Archon quest, and then while we discuss, I'm gonna do boss's name Ngobu. Yeah, okay. So the bosses so far have been all of the people mentioned in the talking stick lore. That's neat. But yeah, so the plan is finish up this, and then I'm gonna do some exploration, get all of these, or as many of these waypoints as I physically can manage, and that'll probably be it. So yeah, let's just hop into it, I guess. Let me start recording. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's hop into it, I guess. That's about all we can do at this point. Let's see what's up. Let's go save Kachina. And yeah. Seems like there's an Artisan Croix type world quest for Natlan 2. Doesn't surprise me, actually. Local Legends and Natlan hit hard. So you're saying I actually have to play this game. And I have to like dodge them. That makes sense. Oh, next part might only request. Oh, is that the Greg 2 quest? Is the Narcissus Croix quest the Greg 2 quest? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I've got both of those things, so let's go. Allons-y. There's a YUB local legend? How? Okay. So is this just a domain, or is this the Night Kingdom, or is the Night Kingdom a domain, or like what's happening? Oh yeah, Ian-san is here too. How many times is Ian-san gonna talk?
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
We are really deep on the ground if...
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
Yep.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I think she's talking about Saurian, she's talking about actual dragons.
You mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
They're way ahead of you, Paimon.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for.
Bring bring Nuvalet here. He could probably figure it out.
These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Yippee. Just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
We're here for a challenge,
It's the
bitches.
pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments
Then let's go.
like these.
We won't let anything stand in our way.
Okay. Greg 2 quest is also the Shibalan Code quest. Okay. So important lore is in the Shibalan is in the Greg 2 quest.
Seems like the road Natlan's here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Yeah, the architecture in here is kind of wild. It's like nothing we've ever seen before, which is neat, as far as I know. Because this isn't unified civilization, this is something completely different. Let's feed everybody. Let's go, babies.
The wind knows me.
Up. That was easier than I was expecting. Okay. Chibalanca's last name is more like a Spanish Q-U-E. I don't speak Spanish, so... And when I looked up the pronunciation of it, I saw schwa, so that's what I'm doing. Is a K. So, I don't know. I'm just doing what I saw. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Although, yeah, I am definitely doing more of a Chinese K than actually, like, schwaing. There's gonna be a lot of those guys, isn't there? There's gonna be a lot of those pyro mages, isn't there? Okay. What did that do? That, okay. This is giving me Sonic vibes. That was very heavy, like, 3D Sonic vibes. Taking us to ancient Natlan in the next part. So, like, what you're saying is wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Witness my rise. Overruled.
Time to shine.
Everlasting as the moon.
I just wanted to heal. I nuked a single like baby Hilitrol, but that was I needed the heals. I'm aware of how overkill I'm playing right now. And so if I do this, like that. Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Okay, you have no team. I have Farina. Okay. Also, yeah, I've played Genshin without a team healer since Hu Tao came out, so I'm used to it. I am more than used to it. Everybody just kind of exists on the verge of death, and you're fine.
The Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
There's a reason I have like thousands of healing food to just throw at people.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there?
Yep.
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
Push. Got an achievement though.
Hey, you don't have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too hard.
It's like pulling a balloon.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
Haven't you fought here before, Yen-san? Or have you never have? You were literally just here, right? Or what? I don't understand.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward,
Welcome to hell,
everything
bitch.
we know
Yep.
about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
So it's just a palace. We're in
Paimon's more
Mementos,
worried
guys.
about how we're gonna make it out.
We're just in
We
Mementos.
obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
This one's broken too. Or if you'd like, Penacony reference.
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
It's like a spiritual rope that we're given a tug.
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
A link between worlds. Whoa.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yell.
Yeah, these floating
Kachina!
rock things don't look
Where the
super
fuck are you?
friendly either.
Oh, those are cool. Actually, now that I think about it, those are really cool. They remind me of those things that look at you in that one world in Super Mario Galaxy. You know those things that like is like that Easter egg kind of secret. If you look up in Super Mario in a specific world in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and they're looking down from like the cliffside. I don't know if anybody knows that reference.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Hello?
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Oh, it's Kenichi.
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Nope, it's not Kenichi. Who are you?
I'm Vichama's friend, Malco.
Oh, okay.
I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much.
Chasm Shao Quest? Okay.
Sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
It's
No,
fine.
We should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more.
Aren't we kind of like wasting time right now, y'all?
But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me.
You should replay it. It's an incredible game.
Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
One of the best soundtracks in gaming.
I didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go on. Stick
I
close to
wasn't.
me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
Just get while we're here. Get some heals.
We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Whoa. Okay. Ow. That hurt.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
You were saying? I mean, he's not gonna move forward until we do, so I'm sorry. I like how Jungly could well, okay. I'm not that bad at this game. I could take a couple hits. I'll just make Zhongli take the hits in the first place, because he has the most health out of anybody here.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
You can see perfectly fine. Woo, woo. They're red now.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that.
No, I
heard
felt it too.
It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Okay. Okay.
Paimon just heard it too.
Paimon's screeching
Going. Paimon
just
wants to get out of
constantly.
this place.
It's like a fucking child. Speak to Kachina. Kachina! It's nice how abyssal power. True. That's a good point. Paimon isn't hearing anything. Sussman? Oh god, it's the Rift Hounds. Kachina, chill, Kachina. We're here for you, we're here for you, buddy. Come on, girl, come on.
We're here, Kachina.
Oh, honey, you made it.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go.
Boop, boop, boop,
Solidify.
Let the world come on.
boop. And we're playing this shit like Hu Tao. Pop.
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much.
Oh, time for adorable again. Also, I can't get over the fact that that Zhongli's billers just stay in the middle of cutscenes. It's so fun. Since Kachina has been here for quite a bit, I wonder if she gets permanent abyssal corrosion. I don't know, actually.
That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Oh yeah, don't we have to fix the
Atta
YUB
girl.
shit?
You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the YF with me? I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam.
No, these are their physical bodies.
But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated,
As far as I
the soul
know.
could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Or at least it's as close to their physical bodies as you can get. It's not like they're astral projecting or something.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than saving none at
I
all.
agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong? Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
I love how the Abyss chose the fucking... I love how all of the people that the Abyss could have chosen to fuck with and like torment and like mentally like torture, they chose Kachina, whose ancient name is literally Resilience. Like, come on.
Maybe we really
you could have.
Kachina's already been here for too long.
You should have made a better choice, bro.
No, I'm fine.
Abyss versus
I
12-year-olds.
don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Can Celestial just throw a Celestial Nail? Well, considering the Heavenly Princess Bowls is currently asleep. Yeah, exactly. Snore me.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab, not because we have something to prove.
They fuck with ley lines. I don't know if I would say they fuck up ley lines. Because I think the point is to fuck with ley lines. That's kind of what a Celestial Nail is.
You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right, the sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
But yeah, super delicate. Yeah, that's a good point. The fact that Natlan's ley lines are fucking wacky. So if they did decide to nail Natlan, that might just destroy it as a nation.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss.
We did actually. We caught a view of a Celestial Nail in the Night Kingdom. So I wonder if the Abyss is using one. Huh. That's actually a good point. I forgot about that. That must have been the Night Kingdom. I wonder if the Abyss is using the Celestial Nail somehow to their advantage. They somehow figured out how to turn the power of the nail back
All by
onto,
yourself? That's too dangerous.
like, back to their
It's all right.
benefit.
I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes.
Not really, no.
So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
At least in this game, we're not good at goodbyes. Because nobody's ever died. Yet. I mean, Senora, but she wasn't necessarily a good guy.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
No one is alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I went through the woods. Mother cannot find you. You decide. side was good. That was the song that was kind of like echoing in the back of my head the entire time last night, and I didn't realize until this morning that it's literally just like second to last song of Into the Woods, one of my favorite Broadway numbers ever. Yeah, the No One Fights Alone. That reminds me of that song. Of No One Is Alone. Love Into the Woods.
Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you!
Yeah, that's sketchy. Hey, how much how hungry are you, Ether? Because I've got a big ass meal for you.
Wyab! Can you hear me? Wyab!
Okay.
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls.
Do you think the Wyabs are dragons? Like actual dragons?
Alright, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Let's get going.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility.
What's up, bro? It's not Enjo. It's a different Abyss Herald.
He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril. No, the power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close.
Okay. I also have to remember something that I'm failing to keep in mind is the end of the scene of Bedtime Story. We don't remember. That's something to keep in mind. I forgot about that.
I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power.
Yeah, the Abyss Order is something that takes the power of the Abyss, but the Abyss is its own like thing.
Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all.
You haven't seen like 95% of anime. Very clearly, Common Key. And guess what you're in? An anime-inspired game. So, you are making the greatest mistake of saying that there's no power in friendship.
The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Because she's powerful? Like, didn't Kachina tell us at the beginning of the quest that she's powerful by her own measure? Like, by her own merits, and it has nothing to do with her being the Pyro Archon?
Kachina, give me your hand.
Sisters. The sisters.
Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
The sisters.
Smell Alani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
Also, she gave her power to the Eternal Flame, so your argument is flawed, Conquistador. Is
You're
what I'm
right.
calling you.
Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The
What?
courage we have to stand before
Nani?
you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said.
Commoner? Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
She's so sweet.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a...
She's so sweet. I'm sorry in advance, but
Let the flames of redemption.
Carbon wave!
so great. But whoa, damn. Go nuts.
Amazing! Right here! Drilling down! Woohoo! Check this out!
And pop.
Woohoo! Faster!
I could just do Mualani bullshit here.
Let's ride!
One.
Off we go!
I don't even have to like worry about anything there. You just throw Hydra at him and he's fine.
We actually won!
Turns out he wasn't any stronger than the ones we fought in the past.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
Oh, they're so cute.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
The power of friendship is crazy. What even
That
is
was
her?
a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption.
It's the previous avatars. He's going to the spirit realm, talking with the previous avatars. It's Avatar Roku, guys. It's Avatar Roku.
Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the abyss.
No, you're really tall. Wait, what was the giant? Hold on. Is that Tupac? That's my immediate. Seeing how tall this dude is makes me think giant Tupac. Why did it stop recording? More like Avatar Crunk. Love that.
It took years worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play.
Avatar Tupac, exactly.
Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac.
I called it!
warrior from
Oh,
the
I'm so
people of
good.
the Spring. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I'm so good at this, y'all. Sometimes over analyzing weapon lore and then making like a 30-minute video on it. It pays off. It pays off. I am so good. I'm so good. I am so fucking good at this. Okay. Let's do it. I'm so fucking good at this. Avatar 2-pack from the water, exactly.
I've heard that name
Oh
before.
my god.
You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
So is the Pyro Archon's plan to basically replicate the events of the Talking Stick? It kind of seems like it's going that way. Because we have... Theoretically, we have Kachina, Mualani, Chaska, Ian-san, Kinich, and one more that we haven't gotten yet. And then the bonus of... And the Tenoch stand-in is Ether.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wyo.
Awaken my words. Dude, she just spoke the first ideal. Dude, life before death. Wait, what I should know this. Book 5 comes out in a bit. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. That's it. She fucking spoke the first ideal.
Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Under the name Umoja. Okay, Umoja is unification, so she's a bondsmith. I will unite instead of divide. I will bring men together.
Me?
Hell yeah, Mualani!
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
It's kind of like reigniting a vision. You have to have the same... Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a fun scene. She gives the big man a fucking knuckle. So this is giving me a lot of Stormlight Archive vibes. But also, that is an interesting parallel of it's like reuniting a vision. You have to have the same ambition. But also, it's more specific in that because she had to... Together, we really are unstoppable. I think is what she said. So it's less of an ambition. It's kind of more specific than that. Hello? Oh, girl's powering up. She's going Super Saiyan.
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew.
Okay. Huh. That's an interesting line because that implies this is similar to what happens when you become the Pyro Archon. Why is she mainly colored? Because gay. No, but this... Because remember, Mavuika talked about when she became Archon, she was given all of the memories of the previous Archons, and that's why she knows all the secrets of the world and all that stuff. Similar situation here. Mualani spoke the words of... spoke the words of Umoja, of unity, of unification, and so now she's like truly awakened her ancient name, I guess. And so she's an avatar now.
So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, They foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Does that mean you already know about this whole
I
thing?
know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus
Yeah,
on saving the
Mavuika,
Wyatt first.
Mavuika, time to do the thing. Yum yum, abyssal corruption. Yippee. That is interesting though that they also foresaw the crisis that
that should be enough.
they're facing.
Wyatt? Wyatt? Can you hear me?
Because we had a confirmation of, you know, of block time of whatever the other eternalism that Teyvat operates under eternalism. So they were able, for some reason, they were able to foresee. Somehow they were able to foresee the future.
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you.
Hmm?
Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you.
What are you? That's suspicious. You are all my most beloved children. That's a weird lot. What are you?
Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change. No matter what the future holds.
What are you?
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse.
Pyro Archon's plan to move. Okay, so this is all calculated by Mavuika. That's interesting because that's the second mention from, like, Tenoch mentioned it, and now the Wyatt is mentioning it. The fact that this is some greater orchestration by Mavuika. Oh, true. That's a good point, Ray. Actually, straight up, that's a good point. The Pyro Archon's plan. So they might still be talking about Shablanka.
Go now, my children.
That's fun.
Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
That's a neat little nuance there.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say...
Something similar to Ancient Celestial Envoys? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't quite go that far. Dude, pulling out the fucking ancient dragon spine lore, damn. Pulling out some of that dragon spine lore is wild. No, but yeah, it's I think the Pyro Archon's plan has been passed. Yeah, so it's technically still Xbalanque and their plan, but Mavuika is still putting it in action. She's still the executor of the plan. It was just the plan was made by Xbalanque.
Thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Yeah, she inherited the plan.
What's going on?
You wasted a little bit too much time there,
We're
Mualani.
out of
Come on,
time.
get out of here. Let's get
It's the
going.
power of the abyss. Quick, we need to run.
Why is there
Vasily opened the way for us!
Pause the fuck up. What is a Sealy doing here? Also, have I seen a Sealy in Natlan? I'm just now realizing. Are there any Sealys in Natlan? That's wild. Okay. I honestly, honest to God, forgot these existed. Until just now, I was like, that's part of the reason why Natlan has been feeling so weird, is because there's no goddamn Sealies. That's wacky. Huh. That's such an innocent detail that is so important. Why the fuck did it turn into like an adventure game there for a second? Also, we're playing Traveler? He is the guy.
Sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
I'm too slow with my bee hopping. Hold on.
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Whoa.
Through the middle!
Watch for Rolling Rocks, the famous N64 the Mario 64 level that can be done in 1.5 A presses.
Faster! We'll never make it!
Go off, girl. Also, yeah, it's an old school Animo Zealy, which is cool. Pray. Fuck. That's some familiar imagery in it. Who's our literal Deus Ex Machina? Okay.
You've done well. Now come home.
There it was. There it was. Did you guys see that? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? The nail was there. There was a nail. There was a fucking nail. Hold on. Pausing the
We're back.
There was a nail. There was a fucking nail. Give me a second. Hold on. Stop recording. Starting recording again. Let me pull it up. I'm so glad I'm recording this shit. Okay, hold on. Video stuff. Raw. Scroll all the way the fuck down. That's what I'm currently working on. Please open a VLC. And not Windows. Let me bring it up for the stream though, just for completion's sake. The very, 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 very end. Right? Boop. Oh, don't do that. Right there. Can I zoom in VLC player? It's up here. That's a celestial nail, right? I should have looked around a little bit better while we were down there. But like, okay, how does this work? Like, is this literally just down? It looks like a geofront. Honestly. Isn't it no, because it's more, I wish I could zoom in VLC. Where's this button? Hold on. View. Zoom. Double. Video. Zoom. Quarter? No. I don't know. But yeah, it has that blue like azure texture and the gold, the gilding with like the regular stone. Like that's a celestial nail if I've ever seen one. It kind of looks stubbier, although. But again, like, how does this work? Because this looks like we're talking about like a geofront, right? So like, hold on, maybe I do open it in Windows, maybe. Windows Media Player. I fucking hate Windows Media Player, but. That's a much better shot of it, actually. Hold on. If you rewind a little bit further back, that's a way better shot of it. That is 100% a celestial nail. That is 100% a celestial nail. If I slow it down. Yes, hello. Shocked ether. Speed, back to speed 1. I don't know why it looks different though here. Like this looks way different because before it was 100%. That is a celestial nail, but now it's a little bit, maybe it's something fell onto it or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like tilted towards the camera. Yeah, and how did a celestial nail get here? Like what the fuck is it? Maybe it was being used to create this abyss. Like I don't know. But again, my question that I think people are missing is where the fuck is this? Like, how does this work? Like, maybe we'll see, but I don't know. Yeah. That's wacky.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
Yeah, she did.
But she's not here.
How'd she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
You okay,
You must
Kachina?
feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
No, it's Koichi, isn't it? Oh, Koichi's gonna have...
My mom feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm completely fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
You were unaffected entirely Paimon, which is weird. Because even Ether was affected a little bit. Even Ether felt some of the voices and stuff. You were unaffected entirely. Which makes me think you were built for that.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
It's kind of funny how the Dendro Archon is doing. She didn't really shrink. It's just that... Remember that whole thing Rook Devata talked about where Nahida is just a little small branch from Erminsul that she plucked off? That's what Nahida... like, Rook Devata didn't, like, shrink. It's just... She made her mini-me, and then that's the
I'll
Dendro
let her
Archon.
explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Cool. The Great Escape. Past and future. Here, I just teleport over there, can I? Beep. We're all in this together. Okay.
Time to go.
Time flies when contemplating life, the universe, and everything. It's a dumbass fucking tooltip now. Well, unlike other Archons, Mavuika is not made of elemental energy. Yeah, Mavuika is just a human. A very, very, very incredibly powerful human, but she's a human. She's the proof of the fact that in order to become an Archon, you don't need to be a human, you just need to be an allogene. Hi, Koichi.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece.
Was she on an episode of was she on an episode of Hoarders?
I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
She did a little bit of decluttering.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one.
She had an intervention, exactly. During this short stint in the Night Kingdom, Mualani and the others all have some degrees of abyssal contamination. But thanks to Koichi's extensive examination treating abyssal contamination, the harmful effects will not be permanent. Sweet. Treatment also relieves Kachina symptoms.
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
Paimon 2, right? You checked Paimon 2, right?
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
We're finally paying attention to Paimon and how weird she is. Finally, it's been so long. Okay.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
We can't be a part of the plan, right, Mavuika? Like, we can't have been a part of the grand design of Shibalenka's plan, right? We couldn't have been.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Traveler might just be a surprise. Some mystery mouse Cthulhu for later.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Again, 18 weeks. We'll have this solved.
No. That can't be true, can it?
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss.
That's not what we knew it as.
Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real.
All of nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Have we just been overthinking the Cataclysm? Have I been overthinking the Cataclysm? Have I been overthinking basic Teyvat lore? I think I might be. A lot of things trigger when the Cataclysm happened. True. So then, are we talking about... Yeah, so, Ray, previously, the leading hypothesis for a while was that Conria was the source of the Cataclysm. Yeah, a lot of bullshit happened. But that still doesn't, like, okay, yes. 500 years ago, the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Cataclysm. Got it. Cool. However, how does that tie into Conria? Like, what? It had to have started with Conria, but the extra problem there is it sounds like it happened everywhere. The Abyssal invasion would have come from the direction Conria was in. Yeah, but here's the problem, though. That's I don't know. We know that, exactly, but we also know where Conria is, and that is strange to me that, I don't know, it's just the wording of it makes me think that we always assumed that it was Conria that caused something, but here the wording is it was entirely the work of the Abyss, and Conria was just kind of caught in the crossfire. Because again, the blame has always been on Conria. That's what the Archons were doing during the Cataclysm, was fucking Conria. But now this is wording it like that, like there was... It wasn't Conria, it was everyone else, unless Conria is the Abyss, which would be weird. Conria could have just been the point of origin for the Abyss invasion, so kind of like a patient zero, maybe, but also that's still... That feels weird to me. That just feels like a weird way of wording it.
I'd never have guessed.
Could be the Loom of Fate is being used to alter history. That would be fucking crazy, Luminous, if that was happening. That would have been absolutely insane. What? Actually, hold on. Wait. Okay. Pointing that out has made things interesting because let's remember, what is the thing I keep saying about this nation? It feels weird. It feels different. It doesn't feel like Genshin. This is happening right after Bedtime Story, where the Loom of Fate has been completed. I don't think the Loom of Fate can change history, just weave new fates. But here's the thing, because time is existent all at once, in order to weave a new fate, you have to start over somewhere else. Because time is eternalistic, in order to do something else in the future, you kind of have to do other shit. So, it's kind of a big old cause and effect thing. So that's why, you know, the world still looks generally the same, but things are different now. Things are slightly different. Which is still, Cause and effect, except the thing you think is the effect is actually the cause, and the thing you think is the cause is actually the effect. Maybe, honestly. Weaving new ley lines mean you can feed contradictory information. Yeah, like feeding bad data. Yeah, so the Loom of Fate is pretty much just I'm injecting bad, unclean data into Irminsul, and that's fucking shit up. Spill water when you wipe it up, it spreads to a whole piece of paper towel, not just the spot where you wiped. Yeah, exactly. So then maybe that's where that's coming from. Which that brings a whole new level to the term unreliable narrator. Damn, okay. I like that idea, though. I really like that idea.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wyab nearly severed.
Maybe, wait, hold on. That's a good point. We were talking about how ley lines, or celestial nails fuck with ley lines. Maybe that's why the Night Kingdom is the way it is? Why Natlan's ley lines are the way they are is because there's a fucking celestial nail chilling there that screwed it up? That would make a lot of sense. So then that begs the question, dragons. I don't know why I even had to start that question. I was about to ask that begs the question, what warranted the celestial nail? The dragons. So yeah, that maybe that's what maybe the Night Kingdom is almost like an infection to a wound. The nail was sent down to destroy the dragons, say, a civilization of dragons. And because celestial nails tend to fuck up ley lines, you get yeah, because let me start over. Because celestial nails tend to fuck up ley lines, this celestial nail in specific, for some reason, created the Night Kingdom as a replacement for Natlan's ley lines. The Thunderbird, that's new. Okay, that's some old lore. Sri Lanka, Pyro Sovereign, and that one dragon from Official Story. New fish lore. That was the last person that I was expecting, is some fish lore.
If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
Hi, Roosevelt, welcome. Official lore is evergreen, it really is.
So that's what happened.
Especially because she's entirely based on a story, which are immune to leyline fucker, or Irminsul fuckery.
After
So
finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories.
Tupac, that's so fun.
Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it.
She's the chosen
There's
one.
still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then, and it was you.
Huh. What are you not telling us, Mavuika?
But that doesn't make any sense.
That should have been Chevalier K, right?
Human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That should have been Chevalier K.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time, or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse.
Farida.
But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods.
Oh, to resurrection?
A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished.
There we go.
500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame.
Yeah, it's literally the Ode to Resurrection in the background right now.
Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, Phoenix. Literally a Phoenix.
So,
She's
in
literally
other
a Phoenix.
words, this is your second life?
She's literally a Phoenix, y'all. That was all part of the plan?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes.
Okay, I understand what's happening. So, Mavuika, 500 years ago, was the Archon that did everything. She dies. And then you have a string of human Archons until Mavuika was reborn and regained it recently. I think that's what she's saying. The weapon enhancement materials. Okay.
The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war.
And Mualania is that
The
hero.
Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity.
So Tupac was one of those. Okay.
After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Again, she literally just said, "I will unite instead of divide. I will bring them together." And the Stormfather went, "Your words are accepted." And then she started glowing purple, and then had an incredible, really cool really cool scene where she fucks up an entire warp. Sorry.
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way.
Yeah, so Talking Stick Guy, so Tenoch was not the Pyro Archon at that time. That was just Mavuika. So I'm starting to think now, the Natlan story is a recreation of Talking Stick's story. And so you had 6 heroes that we have 6 heroes, right? Yeah, we've got Wanjiru. We've got Meneleke no Ubu. Cutting Sanhaj Kompore. 4th Kongamato. Sundiata. And then Tupac. So we got 6 heroes plus Tenoch. Look at who we have here. By the end of the quest, we already have 5 of the 6 heroes, possibly, right? We have 6 heroes plus Ether plus Mavuika. That's who we're looking at.
The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Or,
Communication
actually,
between the Sacred Flame and the Wyab has been blocked.
Actually, think about it like this. Everybody has their own... Actually, no. You know what I'm thinking now? Something I noticed that was weird about... I point this out in my Talkie Stick video. A lot of the names are African, and then a lot of them are also South American and apparently now Polynesian. What if the African names were Saurians? And the American names were the humans? Because they came in pairs a lot, right? That was interesting, right? That was another interesting thing about Talkie Stick lore is they always came in pairs. Maybe, I don't know. I would have to fact check that. I would have to go back through the etymology of the names and like figure that where that is. But maybe that kind of gives us a hint as to who is who. Right? Maybe, possibly. That might just be wrong.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter.
They do now, though.
If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name bearer must establish a greater connection to their name.
It's both of them. Kangamato and Oubu are both dragons, are both bosses.
So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy,
Okay, so it is Kinich.
and Yansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Shilonen is next. And we just got Muelani.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
That leaves 2 people left. Oh, Kinich has known all about this for a while. Okay. Shilena is the hero from the Children of Echoes. Okay, that makes sense. Rip Kachina. But then... So Kinich has known all about this, and then he... Okay, that's actually kind of funny. That leaves 2 people left.
We have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But
Chaska,
if you knew this whole
possibly.
time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
You can't tamper with
Perhaps,
the things.
but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too
Yeah,
early
exactly.
can mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
This is why Ian-san and Kenichi were so quiet. Yeah, exactly. They could they knew all about this. Ian-san was already Ian-san is already recognized. We don't. There's one tribe that we haven't seen anybody from yet, I don't think.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development.
But what if they don't make it in time?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all.
Oh, Ororon. I forgot about Ororon. Master of the Night, you see Tlali's tribe. Okay. Yep. Honestly, after this, I'm gonna go back through all the characters that got dropped, and we're gonna see if we can recognize
You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
who the last person is.
I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before.
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose: fuel.
Okay.
So back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried
that makes
in
sense.
battle.
So it's a very similar thing to what that's almost identical to what Focalor was doing in the background for a while. It's just she did a different thing with that energy. Conflict created energy that was stored to pull a very energy intensive move at the end. That's interesting. Agony.
On their own,
Agony.
each item's power is limited. But together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation.
Could the Sacred Flame have the Gnosis then? That would make a lot of sense, actually.
By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime.
Hell yeah.
Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all
That would be
use the
really
rest,
funny if
that's
this
for
if this
sure.
quest just yoinked
Plus,
all of your
you'll be
talking
able
sticks.
to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Hell yeah.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
What's happening? Your random rock is killing me. I love that. Huh.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan.
The Elder Queer is back.
They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Candle Keeper. I just realized that's her title. Okay. So now her role is to keep the... Looks like a seal, almost. Also, tower. Weird tower. Where is this? I'm just now taking this in. What is happening? Why is there a weird tower? Why is there it looks like a seal, to be completely honest. It also looks like a star. Like it's in the shape of a star. Why is it on the top of it? Like what? Why is Atea called a candle keeper? Is it supposed to be a candle? Like I don't... Hi, talking stick.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future.
That is not who I expected to see today. This was not this is the last man I expected to see. What the fuck? Okay.
The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution.
The man himself, it is the man.
My rage will never know absolution. then my power will no longer aid you in victory.
Oh, he's leaving.
But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt.
I like the knuckle thing that Tenoch did to Mualani and now here. Or that Tupac
For
did.
Natlan.
Tupac did in Mualani. For Natlan. Who's next? Like, is it gonna be fucking Shibalaka or some shit? Like, wait, who could possibly be next?
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again?
Oh, that's cruel. That's fucking mean. That is so mean. Oh. The music too. Fuck.
But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support.
I like how her hair is a mixture of the bright fire red of her mom and the orange-ish of her
We
sister.
will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis.
God, this is gorgeous. Also, the theme, the family.
Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is.
Oh, he's afraid of emotion.
Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
Oh. Ah. This is getting to me. It's so pretty. Who the fuck is after that? I swear to God, if it's
I'll come
Shibalenka.
find you one day.
Thank you, Hina.
I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind.
Interesting choice of words right there. Istaroth might be in the background of this entire quest now that I think about it, because a big mention or a big theme here is eternalistic time. And those who grow alongside sun and wind. Wind is a huge thing. You had the wind zeely, all that jazz. I might have to look back on this and like, I wonder how much Istaroth-based symbolism is chilling in the background of this quest.
Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Okay. Whack. Could that also be why this thing looks so similar to Dainichi Mikoshi? Possibly, honestly. I wouldn't be... okay, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's still... interesting point. Like a lighthouse, pretty much, is practically what that is.
Peachy! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some
Fuck,
medicine.
Capitano, let's fight
I was about to
Istaroth.
leave,
True.
actually. No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
It is. I do like her design for an NPC. Of course she did.
Yeah, she was super helpful.
Like the jacket, she has like layers and depth.
Information about the abyss.
She has layers, which is something that... or not layers. She has depth, which is something that NPCs usually don't have.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
You could tell us anything. It's almost like it's our job.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
She goes feral.
So what you're saying is...
You deliberately provoked her, so you take that impulse out on you.
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid.
She was trying to
It works
invoke her,
pretty
yeah.
well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
What? Do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her.
Thank you for
I
combining us.
appreciate the understanding and don't... Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Sounds good. That's an
There was a
ominous...
deeper reason behind their arguing.
That's an ominous promise to be making for later in the story.
In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
All the Abyss's fault. Hello, let's go. He's got grooves. My man's going.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Let's go, Pakal. Let's go. Yippee!
Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
Yeah, everybody's flipping the script on her.
Talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
Pakal is no happy.
My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Pakal is not happy about any people.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds.
Yeah, sure.
When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the hot.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Clearly not.
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you right, bitches.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for
Me and Pakal are on the same page.
Alright, I'm alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back.
Mafuika's just like, not me.
This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing.
We're not that good, okay?
They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
I've gone from 20 polls before Natlan to 72. It's insane the number of primos that we're getting. I'm gonna have more than enough for Mabuika.
Well said.
I'm gonna have more than enough for Mabuika.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels...
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
There's no making fun up here. Everybody do just be grooving. What are these two up to? This is an unlikely pairing.
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing and dancing. But after what I found out today, it's too much.
It does feel weird
Aww.
seeing you so out of sorts.
It's important to try and enjoy the moments like this when they come along.
Is this another pearl of wisdom based...
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together to celebrate Kachina's achievements. That's gotta...
You're right. Kachina looks really happy. And now I'm being the moody one. Ugh, enough doom and gloom. Time to shake it off.
Be like Taylor Swift and shake it the fuck off. What's up with you, Ian-san?
It cost us a lot, but we got Kachina. There'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead, though. We'll have to train harder. Make that includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session to show you the ropes.
Show you the ropes?
No, thanks.
Get you working on those legs and shit? Mabuika and Kapitana come to say, oh god. That would
My
be cruel.
apologies.
That would be fucking
I knew
cruel.
more than I let
They
on.
can't do that.
Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who
I would
set out to
be
become
so mad
a
if that
hero.
happened.
If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end up losing things that are far
So
more
this fucker
precious.
already knows what's going on.
But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Night Wind.
Okay, yeah. So those are the two people I have left. I wouldn't be surprised if Flower Feather was Chaska. And I'm gonna reckon that Master of the Night Wind is gonna be Ororun. That's my wager. Which, for the record, whenever I say his name, I try and say it as close to the actual pronunciation of the actual god's name, instead of the. So that's kind of why it sounds like I'm trying to swallow a grapefruit when I'm saying his name. It's a pain in the ass to say. I don't like. It's terrible, but also how they like localized it. It sucks. Anyways.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away.
So, okay, isn't your plan a little convoluted? Like, why didn't you just get the heroes of the past to join you in this age?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real.
Yeah, that's a weird phrase. Abandon your families and everyone you love and come with me to the end of time. Huh? Huh? If we're talking about like that's such a weird thing to say. Like, what does that mean? Because to me, that means like we are in chapter 5 of 6, or act 5 of 6 in Teyvat. We are nearing the end. Natlan is towards the end of the Teyvat chapter. And we have the threat of the Loom of Fate around here. So this is the end of time? How does that, but like that's weird. That's wild. That's so weird.
Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Well, okay, random note, could the original official be a Hexen Circle member? I'm pretty sure Flowers for Princess Fischl was written by Who's and What's It's, right? Or am I just making that up right now? No, it's from Yai Publishing. Okay, never mind. I'm just making that up.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives.
Oh, because her legacy got swallowed by the winds of time.
From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
So that's the life you had to leave behind.
You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
That's actually what I wanted to ask. If you're already aware of fate.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
Finality core.
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
Surely you don't mean me.
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable.
We're the 10-out stand-in.
It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle.
We are the 10-out stand-in.
If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Oh shit, okay. I feel like that would be problematic. Depending on how ancient names work, that might be just like, I'm putting you in Traveler's ancient name, Greg 3, yes. Or Greg Prime, that works too. The fact that Mavuika mentioned the time thing a second. I know, it's... The time thing recontextualizes a lot. Because the fact that since the start of this game, we've been saying that time in Teyvat is wonky. This is kind of the proving of that idea that time in Teyvat is wonky and probably Istaroth? Who knows? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Luminous, is I feel like forging a brand new ancient name for you is just asking to be recorded in Irminsul. Depending on how ancient names work, if they're leyline related or whatever, depending on their mechanism, that's just asking to be in Irminsul. Although, if we're following the same journey as Lumine did, then do you think Lumine has her own ancient name that she forged in? Possibly? I don't know. Can Irminsul manipulation affect the Night Kingdom since they aren't exactly ley lines? Good question, actually. I mean, there was a fucking celestial nail there, so I'm assuming the Night Kingdom has something to do with ley lines, because there was a celestial nail there. It was hidden, but it was there.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0.
Assume she met Mavuika? Possibly. Probably. Yeah, depending on when she died. Depending on when she died the first time. I don't think Lumine got this far. Which trailer? So if she stopped in Cimmeria? Road not taken. Oh, fair. That seems weird to me, though. Like, why? Like, why? But
possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded.
I don't want that to happen.
Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come.
I wouldn't want that to happen.
The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
You don't have to promise me anything. I just want to help out the people.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
That's... Yeah, I feel like that's where this is going. But then that, because the reason why I was postulating possibly that Lumine also had her own ancient name written that might have been forgotten by this point, but the reason why I said that is because we know that Lumine is recorded in Irminsul. We know that Lumine is tied to Irminsul, and we still aren't. Also, that is such a goofy ass grin she has in her face. But yeah, we know that Lumine is tied to Irminsul, so I was thinking maybe that's how she got recorded into Irminsul, but I don't know. Okay.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power.
Post-credit scene? Rezanov.
Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
More Capitano scenes. Let's go.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now.
Hell yeah. He ain't going Senora moment. He's the captain. He's about honor and tradition and all that stuff. Respect, my man. Respect.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
What trick?
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to.
Who are you? Save the days of mistranslation. Okay. Wait. Yours to save the day. Okay. Auto for sure.
You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
Yeah, you could probably ID this by a voice actor, now that I think about it.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be.
Is Cap dying? He's not dying, but he does have... You don't have much time. I feel like this is a more time limit thing from the Tsaritsa instead of... Yeah. To me, this reads as a fucking... As of number one of the Harbingers, to me this reads like a you don't have much time left to seize the Gnosis. Like you have a time limit, a window in which you can steal the Gnosis. You don't have much time left in that window.
You heard something from here, didn't you?
Are you looking at the camera? Excuse me?
Osmanthus wine take.
Excuse me? Did he just look at the he doesn't have eyes, so I can't tell if he just looked at the fucking the camera or not. Also, yeah, what was the item that we got? Oh, wait, what was the item that we just got? Hold on. Where is it? It's where the weekly boss mats are. This thing. The cornerstone of stars and flames. Heroes ignite the sacred flame illuminating the world, yet eventually they shall rest nestled among the stars. They left behind a stone, a weaving. With these as our foundation, we have erected an everlasting civilization. Yo, that's crazy. I would like to point out the word choice here of illuminating the world and not Natlan. Just pointing that out. Eventually they shall rest nestled among the stars. Okay, that follows. You left behind a stone, a weaving. With these as our foundation, we have erected an everlasting civilization. Yeah. Everlasting civilization is an interesting thing, too. Huh. Greg 3 mats, yeah, let's go. Wild. Wild post-credit scene. First of all, with Capitano. We have more to see from Capitano. Hey, she's dancing. She having a great time. There's so much out of here so far. This is crazy. Waiting. Talk to Mavuika? Okay.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Okay. So this is like the Nouvellette sit-down chat that we got at the end of, I think, Act 2, right? So then, who... Okay, so this is making me want Act 3. I forget when we got our Nouvellette chat. The first Nouvellette chat, and then we got another one afterwards. So like, okay. Okay, anyways, what about the captain's
Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind.
Okay, good that we know something. Oh, you know who he was looking at? You know who he was looking at? It was a Hao. Capitano spotted a Hao. Yeah, that's probably Auto-Dune.
I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion.
Which, again, what the fuck is a Hao? I do not, like, understand him.
If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
I mean, Mavuika did say she felt a special presence in him. But it's hard because he doesn't have eyes. But, again, it felt like he looked at the camera, is my assumption. Maybe I just like fourth wall breaking a little bit too much and want him to just, like, look at the camera and be, like, so crazy weird and powerful that he just breaks the fourth wall. But, you know, he probably didn't. He was probably looking at how, probably the camera was acting as a how, because we had Kinich. It said Kinich's intel. So, yeah, anyways. Capitano's 3 samples in a trench coat. Love that. About elemental energy and the Abyss.
The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why.
Okay. Because I think a big part of that is we don't actually understand what the Abyss is. All the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight, passed down over generations. Yes. I think the main linchpin of that we don't understand why is they don't understand what the Abyss is.
It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss.
Because the Abyss seems like a counter against it.
As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself.
Yeah, so I have a feeling our sit-down chat is going to... Bam, 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 bam. I think it's gonna be a Pyro Sovereign. Cause note how she says older than the position of Pyro Archon, older than the throne, older than Celestia. That has been in the position for longer than fucking Venti or Zhongli. Or not, okay, not older than Celestia, but you get what I'm saying. Older than the concept of an Archon has been a thing. To me, that is Sovereign. Pyro Sovereign is very much dead, though. Doesn't mean that we can't talk to him. Eternalist fucking time.
Oh, something else you'd like to
About the
ask?
absence of people from...
That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wyab.
Yeah, it didn't stop Nouvelette, so here we are.
But their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues.
Okay. Huh. Neat.
Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wyab to grant them leave. The Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extended protection beyond borders means giving power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wyab extended protection should fall within Natlan, including visitors from far. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
That's about it. Although I will say, Farina did just straight up fucking lie to us. Oh, she probably just didn't know better, but that is still funny that Farina just lied to us at the beginning of the question. She's like, "Oh, it's just a custom. You're fine. People just don't want to leave." No, they physically just can't because they'll like die or something. I mean, we do have questions, but we'll get there. So Bennett has MCI, sure. Mulani's still going at it. Okay. Main character, oh no, that's not main character. I forget what it is. Yeah, that was a good quest. That was really fun. That was really, really, really fun. I have to go up, right? Yeah. So weird. So strange. It's so fucking strange. Oh, mild cognitive impairment. Okay, I thought you were... When I see MCI, I was thinking MCS, main character syndrome, but, you know, that works. Wait, what is she saying? What? Oh, okay. This is just commissions here.
Add Astra.
Thank you.
Thank you for Add Astra.
Boop. Claim all. Dispatch again. Sweet. There's a lot. Yeah, Natlan has done so much. Because like for as much as I love Fontaine as a story, it didn't do a whole lot lore-wise for a minute. Right? Fontaine was just kind of its own contained story until,
and all the more valuable for
you know, Focalor did the thing. And then Snezhnaya will tell, yeah, exactly. The teleporter will be Catherine. You know, but like, Fontaine was its own thing. It's self-contained. Didn't really do a whole lot to build the world as a whole. It just built itself. But like, this already, we're thrown right back into some huge world building strokes that we have not gotten in a long time. I don't quite recall a nation that had this big of like this like massive of world building in a long time. And it's cool. It's definitely cool to see. I definitely enjoy it. But it's just, it's kind of like, it's catching me off guard. But also, I would hope we get something huge lore-wise because, you know, Next Nation is the last one, more or less. Go fight the capybara? I'm not gonna fight the capybara. I don't want to embarrass myself. I have at least a little bit of pride, okay? And also considering the fact that I play this game like I'm playing Farina, like, you know, stuff like that gives me a precious chest. I'll take it. Got killed like 4 times by it. Again. Who did you play before Farina? I played... Who's my old reliable? All reliable is Hu Tao, Xing Qiu. Yeah, Hu Tao Kazoo replaced this with Xing Qiu and Zhongli. Yeah, I've been a Hu Tao main since she came out. So that's why I play this game without healers, is because food. Who needs a healer when you have almost 2,000 sweet madames? Where's next? Poor Timmy? I actually don't, I don't do Timmy. I just very consistently doing mostly those, the chicken commissions or exploration thingies. I very rarely actually like kill Timmy's birds. But anyways, shut up. Did you actually get a 10 pull from Stellar Reunion? Not yet. I have to use more resin. I have to do these. It's just mostly you have to use resin to do that. Which, speaking of, what was it? Talent materials? The talent material domain? Use weapons. Legend has it that in ancient times, a colossal beast that roamed the land had a civilization of their own. After exploring the entirety of the land and the surrounding sea, they built these structures in an attempt to cast their gaze upon an even wider world beyond. Okay. But these wise beasts have long since vanished, and in the present, no one knows the true purpose of this place. So the dragons were looking... That's interesting on its own. Cast their gaze upon the even wider world. So the dragons were looking for Eve. Trying to look past that, see what else was out there. Is how I interpret that.
The wind knows me.
Yeah, I interpret that as them trying to actually, I'll just go up over here. Ooh. And we're gonna start taking phlogiston. There we go. Yippee, make the job at least a little bit easier. We talking about the Nephilim? No? Okay, you have to remember though, right, that for the most part, all of the dragons are dead. There are a couple left, but like,
time to go.
For all intents and purposes, they're all gone. Anyways, let's actually read the items. Also, that's just cool that you can do all of them right away. Which one are we looking at? These? Whoa, wait, hold on, there's more. The great dragon's outstretched wings could together blot out the light of the sky. Perhaps such descriptions were not hyperbole, or perhaps such wording was a metaphor for the desire to see beyond the sky. But now the traces of said ancient dragons have already vanished. Yeah, exactly. But a glimpse of the forging techniques that ancient civilization through the shattered remnants of the world. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Anyways. Yeah, they're talking about the dragons. Yeah, okay. Ancient tribe tradition, all that a person takes comes from this world, so naturally all that they gain shall also be given back to it. Okay, cynicism. After the original civilizations crumbled like shattered jade, and those envoys from the skies above, under whose guidance the earthly civilizations had thrived, were devoured by the awakened dragons, humanity plunged into savagery, losing the ability to perceive the world anew. Thus did they revert to their most primal beliefs, convinced of the inherent mystery of the earth that nurtured all things. This marked the dawn of the era where hunted prey began to be offered as sacrifices. It is said that the Sage of the Stolen Flame, after imparting the secret knowledge of the mastery of flames in all their many forms to the tribespeople, hoped that they would climb the ladder of civilization and abandon the wrongful practices of their forebears. Yet dogma deeply entrenched is difficult indeed to shake, and the now empowered youngsters instead ignited conflicts within their own tribes merely for the sake of more offerings. This may explain the sage's eventual disillusionment and withdrawal from history. Notably, it was precisely during the reign of the Sacred Lord of the ineffable city that the practice of offering live sacrifices was banned outright. Though the Sacred Lord's true motivation for abolishing many of their customs was consolidation of authority, this particular act might also be seen as the start of a new kind of civilization. Okay. Unfinished Reverie lore is mostly stuff I'm not familiar with. Is after I stopped studying this game. No, I remember. No, I remember reading this. You know, I remember reading that. Never mind. If you wish to possess all that the world has to offer, you must first offer all that you have to the world. Oh, wait, no, okay, that's... Oh, yeah. After the Sacred Lord of the Ineffable City forbade the people from praying to the Night Kingdom, the spiritual bonds that had once been established fell into ruin. Actually, hold on. Okay. You know what I'm just now making a connection to? Is the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. I'm just now making that connection. Okay, let's keep doing this. Let's keep reading this, but I'll talk about the Six Pygmies connection in a bit. People from paying to the Night Kingdom, the spiritual bonds that had once been established fell into ruin. The scarlet-eyed youth, guided through numerous trials, now faced his final test. To emulate the first human, to ascend and confront his own demise by offering up his heart with a golden dagger. Self-sacrifice was seen as an honor reserved for the victor, and thus, without even a moment's hesitation, he sliced open his chest with the gleaming blade. In the end, his sacrifice received the response it deserved, and he was able to return from the kingdom where water flows as rays of light to set out upon a grand new endeavor. Where water flows as rays of light. Do you ascend to the position of Pyro Archon? Scarlet Youth Shabanka, yeah, but yeah, he ascended to godhood. But I feel like it's more a Vanessa style ascension to godhood and not an ascension to archonship. There's a difference there. Yeah, it's way more reminiscent of Vanessa's ascension instead of becoming archon. So Shabanka just reviving multiple times throughout history? Yeah. Okay, so here's something I'm just now realizing. Actually, I can just look this up in the, what's his face? Archive. Books. Koku. Fox, Dandelion Sea, Heart's Desire, my fave. Okay. So, in the distant past, the Night Mother ruled over the faraway land of Night. Here, no light touched the earth, nor did a single tree grow. And there was no life here but the horrendous denizens of the dark. The Night Mother was the source of all sins. Okay. Source of all sins, and the land of Night was the embodiment of her evilness. The cruel Night Mother, who had neither heart nor mouth, was always watching the land of Night, and her punishments were always unexpected. The only thing she could not bear was the occasional ray of moonlight that made it through the clouds. The light that penetrated the walls of darkness always irritated her. The Moonlight Forest was the only place free from the rule of the Night Mother. Only there could the people bask in the bright moonlight and enjoy the grace it brought to the living. Everyone in the kingdom of the Moonlight Forest was born with fair skin, light-colored hair, and bright blue eyes. Perhaps the constant lack of sunlight and the nourishment of the moonlight was the reason for their beauty, giving them an appearance different from the abhorrent creatures lurking at the edge of the forest. So, that's why Mav is so pale. Exactly. No, but you see where I'm going with this, right? If we got the rest of this fucking book, right? All I'm saying is Pale Princess in the Six Pygmies. I'm assuming the Pale Princess is from the kingdom of the Moonlight Forest. And there are 6 Pygmies. That lines up pretty well, right? What this is telling me, though, is the land of Night is very reminiscent to me of where we just were. The Night Kingdom, land of Night. Already, they're very close, but also the description is very similar as well. Fischl is the Night Mother. True. Now, if anything, Fischl will be the Pale Princess, I think. But you see where I'm going there? It's a completely stupid connection, but it lines up really well. Okay, now let's see what else is there to what else is there to read in here? Mirrors. In ancient times, shamans, priests, or those known as mystics were always on the hunt for methods by which they could communicate with the silent underground realm. Ever since the YAB gradually began to manifest, reaching to the resonance between the lone heroes and the Night Souls, this had been so. Entrancement, disembodiment, and theurgy were the main methods they chose, each accomplished through the aid of meticulously polished ritual tools. Ancient psychics believed that the Wyab, as formless entities of consciousness, were being stripped of externality and thus the closest things to the essence of the spirit. The process of polishing rough stones until all texture had been removed, turning them to mirrors of pure light, was also seen as a ritual for removing the surface representations of worldly phenomena. Perhaps the reflections that these psychics saw upon the smooth surface of the mirrors were projections of their own spirits. When intangible spirits attach themselves to objects, they merge and transform into various forms through a process known as spiritual fusion. Once this has taken place, these spirits are capable of conveying dreamlike visions to humans in a state of trance. Ooh, has that happened to us before? I think so. It fell upon those who frequently engage with such dialogues of the spirits to interpret these vision-like dreams, translating omens from beneath the earth into language that could be understood by the tribe, or transforming their warnings into stories. It is said that this is the origin of the tribal storytellers, and also why the most outstanding storytellers hail from the night wind. Regardless of how they are polished, representations of worldly matter cannot be made to transcend their physical nature. They will always remain material in essence. Similarly, pure human spirit can neither be expressed solely through the tree of intention, nor embodied through obsidian mirrors that need constant polishing. As the power of the Night Kingdom and the Night Souls grew, so too did the types of objects that could be used for spiritual fusion. Eventually, the Wyab came to be capable of conveying revelations of the Night Kingdom through various thoughts alone, dispensing of the need for devotees to perform the rituals of polishing stones into mirrors. Thus, such real ritual tools rendered obsolete. Ooh, Sacred Lord. Okay, it is said that the controversial mastermind who later came to be known as the Sacred Lord of the Ineffable City was once imprisoned. The first human to ascend, who at the time had not yet attained divine form, shown to him great compassion. Thus, after emerging from the mighty wing shadows of a once great race, the mighty wings, after emerging from like the death of the dragons, pretty much, he was accepted by the tribe who had once been his. Since then, he has concealed his true visage beneath a mask, hiding the golden patterns that mark it, and resolved to offer up everything to the master who holds his vow. Huh, that's kind of where I'm thinking, Ray. Conceal his true visage beneath a mask. Interesting. During the war with the dragons, that mastermind of all the tribes, the same one who had hidden his face behind a mask, deciphered the golden patterns on the non-human ruins for the warriors. The knowledge with which he did so is now long lost. It was from their enemies that he learned the language and thought patterns required to do this. For him, wielding these skills against them was perhaps a deeply satisfying act of revenge. Yet his unconcealed hatred for them was a recurring cause of great concern among his fellow heroes. It was in that era that the first human to ascend arose from the throne to enter the sacred flame, while the mortal world awaited the arrival of their successor. It was also the era that the mastermind took up the reins of all authority in their stead. Unfortunately, the self-proclaimed Sacred Lord, this usurper, interesting word choice, this usurper who believed that the gods he had loved and shed golden tears for should forever remain the one and only, overstepped his authority. Placing selfish desire above the commandments left by that revered god, he established a city in which the heavens and the earth were separated from one another. Crazy. Okay. The Sacred Lord of the Ineffable City often murmured non-human languages in his dreams, and when he beheld himself in the mirror, he saw how the single pupil that was visible through his mask was gradually becoming vertical. This only served to further fuel his growing hatred for the dragons. Okay, Shadow over Innsmouth asks, so that's telling me that's not Capitano. It is said that when the scarlet-eyed youth burned down that city above a city, submerged in shadow as it was, he witnessed a half-human figure before the royal hall who had been driven mad. Wait. Submerged in the shadow as it was, he witnessed a half-human figure before the royal hall who had been driven mad. As if tearing off its very face, it ripped away at its indelible divine visage, revealing gaping holes that were fearsomely draconic. Consumed by the golden flames it spewed, the disfigured form of that deranged soul fell from a great height into a pitch-black mire below. Forsaken by all, thus was the tragic end that this delusional outcast is said to have met. Huh. Interesting. God, there is so much like studying that is gonna have to be done. That's not an Oculus. I thought that was an Oculus for some reason. Where am I going next? This one. I wanted to read. The thing of that tribe totem. What do you mean a thingy? What thingy? Oh, this thingy. Okay, so we got recipe gifts. Perhaps one day, held high against the starry sky, it might have emit a gentle gleam that illuminates the night. That's not a constellation item, though. Constellation items have a very specific design. Yeah, why wouldn't it be a bottle? It's always a bottle. Why would they break the rule here? Although, Natlan, the nation of rule breaking, apparently. That's still weird, though. Also, those wings slap. Okay, what else is there for me to go and find? This is a goal, I think. Let's go do this one. It is said that the first sage to learn how to use phlogiston created a place of great purity, and that within this place, warriors were taught to wield the power of prismatic flames and flowing light. Yeah, that's also something I'm just now realizing. We had no phlogiston talk in the Archon quest, which surprises me. But anyways, later, even before they were used to resist common enemies, these powers were employed as weapons in conflict between the tribes. And the Sage of the Stolen Flame withdrew from the world, vanishing from the pages of many tales. Devoid of their original purpose, these empty trial grounds. Okay, that's all that those are. Is there any new Major Varia lore? That's a great question, actually. That is a wonderful, wonderful question. That hopefully someone in chat can answer, because I don't know. Because you would think there is. There's some Arabic Javari mentions? Okay. You've been looking at Benny? I mean, true. Surprised there hasn't been a Benny mention either. Arena can go into the thing. Babe can walk on water. I always forget this fact. I am way too far east. Hold on. Mayor Javari was mentioning it. So, but nothing like substantial. I'm gonna make it the healing one so I don't have to So I don't have to worry about the salon going sicko mode on somebody. I ruined it. Which is weird, right? Like, you would think we would have had at least one concrete mention of the marriage of Ari. But so far, nothing. Nothing like substantial. Which again, I find really weird.
Into the wind.
God, there's just so much. There is so much going on lore-wise. Like, I don't know if I have the...
Time to go.
I don't know if I have the mental capacity. Thanks, you two. Let's see, where is weapon talents? All the way the fuck over here? Okay. Let us zoom that way then.
Time to go.
Again, one of the best views in the entire game is that fucking plateau.
Time to go.
I probably won't have time to like fully explore this for like a week. So that's kind of why I'm just getting like basic waypoints down and reading what there is to read. That's easily accessible. But yeah. Both of the main Pyro Archons have themes of resurrection. Well, because that's the point. it's the Pyro Archon. That's like that's the theme so far. Use a sacred flame to achieve it. Yeah. That's a really cool animal. That's such a fun idea. Oh, is it like up? No way, it's up. Okay. Yeah, Natlan in general has themes of resurrection.
Time to go.
There's a thing up there. Yeah, there's so many there's so many new animals and I love it. I love how much character each and every animal has. Oh, Fatui. The Fatui here is officially here. I'm trying to find the best way to approach climbing this because I know I have to. This is a dumbass plateau that I have to climb.
One with nature.
There we go. There's a better way of doing that, but I don't care. I thought that was a Sealy for a second. But also, yeah, I think that's the biggest, like, detail. I did not think you had to climb. I did not. I'm just now realizing this. Where the fuck is this? It's right there. I walked past it. Okay, well. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to Saurian up here, but again, I'm old-fashioned.
Time to go.
I'm the Genshin boomer. Who needs all of these fancy systems and dragons and shit when you can, with just a little bit of elbow grease, climb. Well, this is short. Hold on. Ceremonial site, perhaps you will obtain the revelations left here by the ancestors. Okay. Any learn here? Of contention, kindling, and conflict. What is meant by offering up kindling is to offer up a sacrifice before one obtains something. Though, does that, okay. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something around there. Ancestral Temple. That seems interesting. That's just begging for lore. Honestly, with like the architecture here is like. Waypoint all the way the fuck up there. We can understand anything from the Pyro Gemstone? Oh, really? Oh, really? No, we can't. The intention yet remains achieved. Okay. You lie. No, we can't. Oh, is a question? Oh, okay. I misread. But no, we can't. It's still censored, which I... Still weird. That's so weird. Okay. So far, unified civilization, or whatever. Usual ruin bullshit. Yeah, this ancestral temple is the usual architecture. Right? Yeah. Yes? Yeah. The usual song and dance. In fact, you know what this reminds me of? It's almost identical to the Qingshu pool. Gonna say our name when they make us Archon. That would be wild. That would actually kind of be wild.
Into the wind.
Some of the lines on the gemstone are similar to the Swahili lines in the battle theme. Yeah, that makes sense actually. What does this say? Remarkable chest. Read. A damaged stone tablet that inscribed on it has been eroded by the relentless. You can manage to vaguely make out some of the text says. The Lord of the Crossroads spake. That is archaic speech. The Great Spirit dreamed of the Black Tide. Black Tide is what the Cataclysm is described as in Talking Stick. So, that's interesting. The White Earth spreads. 6 regions surrounding the temple swallowed by the wastelands. Refugees could not offer grain. The White Earth spreads. That's how the Moon Kingdom is described in 6 Pygmies. Priests and elders alike were powerless. The warriors of each region's leader reduced to exile. The tribes of all regions now are... They become barbarians once more. Yep. We know how that works. Something said something, but I don't entirely care. Yeah, that's interesting how that's unified civilization. That is so par for the course. So it's not breaking all the rules. It is interesting though how this is an ancestral temple.
Time to go.
Let's see what's up this way.
Time to go.
Chill, chill, chill. Unified civilization was everywhere, literally everywhere. Because the first time that we saw unified civilization, Ray, is over here. Qingxu and Lingjiao, or just Liyue in general. You had some remnants of it over here. You had some of it over here, but yeah. I mean, there's some. You have Thousand Winds Temple and this, but for the most part, yeah, it's our first sighting of it was in Liyue. So we have to go up there. I don't care. To be completely honest. Hilichurls, I'm done fighting you guys. Y'all can rest easy now. Unless you guys are guarding treasure, I'm set. It's because of the story. Yeah, pretty much. The story started in Cimmeru. Those are you hit them with elemental energy things. I'm still, like, call me, I'm kind of bringing my own version of we're still in the Penacony dream cope to Genshin. I'm still not entirely sold that Mavuika is actually, like, the Archon. That's just, like, by the same function that Venti is the Archon. I think it's a different thing. What the fuck is the thing over there? Oh, it's up. Got it. Those are where the islands are. Go along the coast. Start playing in like 2.3. Yeah. So you weren't here for the... Oh, what the fuck are these weird things? Oh, it's this thing called the Unified Civilization back from... whenever. Greg, please. Not now. I'm doing things. I'll get back to you later, Greg, too.
Time to go.
All right, let's finish this fast.
Cause like that's why that's ingrained. Oh, it's all the way the fuck up. Oh my god, it's up. Okay, never mind. No, it's not. It's over here. What am I doing? My sense of direction is fuck. Is it down? No, it's all the way up. Okay. HSR live stream is today. I will watch that on my own time because I need to get off here soon anyways. And I will not have the time to stream this weekend. So sadly. Yeah, because it is it's almost 9 o'clock for me. There's probably a puzzle for that. I don't care. Where are we going? Honestly, I think that's a pretty good chunk of exploration so far. Where is the statue? Here it is. Offer all. Pretty good. I'm gonna actually head. My log off spot is gonna be the view. Anyways, so that's all I've got in store for tonight. That was good. That was really, really, really good. That was a really, really, really good quest. Why are we going to his nice Lazzo and this shit? Come on, something a little bit more chill. Thank you. Yeah, that was good. That was so good. Yeah. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. That was just straight up good. That was a fun, like, it's bringing the story's focus back to Teyvat as a whole. I think it's also striking a really good balance of character story, because we're getting a lot of character story, a really, really, really good character story. God, Mualani and Kachina's relationship is incredible. All of the focus on family and all that stuff, but also it's bringing the story's focus back to the world. We're talking about Teyvat again for the first time in so fucking long. So yeah, I'm excited to see where the rest of this goes. But yeah, so like I said, no stream over the weekend. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to stream is, but I'll figure that out. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully they can keep this up and we don't have another Fortress of Maripede situation. Because if we do, if we're able to keep this up the entire time, oh, this is gonna be gold. But yeah, so that's all I've got for today, and I will see you guys in the next stream. So, bye-bye, y'all.